Emmanuel, good morning. I'm interested to hear how yesterday went and get a synopsis. I imagine yesterday was pretty a stressful day, but it seems like the turnout was good. The enthusiasm was very high. And I'm just really interested to hear from you. What's your take on the whole thing?
There are so many things to point out. I will say that the first thing, it was quite surprising to be able to gather all like the stakeholders that work in many fronts, in many different fronts from the community. And they were there, and people from NCA, people from the ADIN, Tico groups, the Mar Academy, and many other relevant entities that work for the community, from the Asadas also. So all these people together under a common roof, listening candidates with their proposals and their concerns, and that was quite amazing because how often that happens in Nosara. So that was the first outcome that I am really proud of. And also the energy between the candidates. The second part of the debate, when we had this opportunity to ask a question to another political group, that was amazing because that is a debate, right? I feel that people enjoyed the activity, but there is a lot of homework and next steps because there is a lot of information to analyze, and also we need to digest all the event to have a recap with you today.
What were the main topics being discussed between the candidates?
The main topics were environment, the security, the regulatory plan or development control, and also inequality and housing access, and also the position about the plebiscite. Those were the 5 main topics, and then the candidates had this debate between them, and that was a free-for-all topic.
Were there any surprising answers or opinions that might catch someone's attention?
Yeah, because it was surprising that 5 of the 7, they said that, yeah, we will support the plebiscite process. We recognize that Nosara is providing a lot of the resources that uses to pay the bills for the cantons. We are going to support that process. But the rest, the 2 of them that didn't reply that, they said that they will respect the process. You have to analyze the kind of answer and even the faces and the gestures, because everything comes to know in the future who is going to really support the process. So the same for other subjects where you as a voter or as a foreigner that is only like watching this exercise of democracy, you can analyze and build your own opinion, and that's why the debate was so important, because is an opportunity to analyze in one single room who is telling the truth and who is just bluffing, right?
There's one candidate further in front than everyone. Do you want to give a quick description to somebody who might be learning about this for the first time and they're trying to understand the situation from the outside in? Just the political leaders per se, and who the new people and the differences, just to recap the whole thing for people who might be learning about this for the first time.
Well, we have 7 political groups that are participating, competing to run the positions for mayor, but also for council member, and also for the syndic and council districts. But yeah, we have several positions. A good way to explain this is the mayor is like the president, let's say, of the canton, in the whole Nicoya canton. And Nosara is one of the 7 districts of that canton. The mayor is one leader, but also the council or the municipal council is relevant because it's like the Congress. They have to approve the budget, they have to check the work done by the mayor, and they can implement and approve new policies that are similar to laws. So they are like the Congress. And the Congress has, the municipal council has 7 members. And each district of the canton, they have to choose a syndic and a district council. So these are like the positions. The candidate, for example, for La Gran Nicoya is Carlos Armando, who is the current mayor, and he wants to be reelected. So he is another candidate. And there are other political parties, 6, that are also looking to be in the major position, or they want to be in the council or in the municipal council. But here in Nosara, we decide to include in the debate something really relevant, and that is people that are looking to be in the municipal council that were born here in Nosara, people that are from the community, because the truth is that most of the people that is elected in the municipal council live or were born in Nicoya, because they have more voters, they have a bigger population. So that's why we, as a community, as a district, Nosara have not had political representation in Nicoya, because, as you can imagine, people defend their own interests or their own community and neighbors. We had 2 candidates for municipal council. Those are Ileana Avilés and also Jessica Gutierrez. And Ileana Avilés is part of the current mayor political party, and Jessica Gutierrez is with the Liberal Progresista, which is a new political party that is taking more power in Costa Rica. And we also had the candidates for syndic. And in Nosara, each political party has a candidate for syndic, and the syndic is the person that will be in charge to communicate all the needs and the projects and the proposals the community needs to the municipal council and to the mayor. So that is a critical position, to have a person that will defend the Nosara interests and the Nosara needs in front of the council, but also in front of the mayor and the rest of the public institutions in Costa Rica, for example, the central government institutions. So we had this, let's say, weird debate, because it's not usual in Costa Rica. It's the first time that a debate includes the mayor, but also the council members, but also the syndic. And also in Nosara, it's not common to have these political activities. Yeah, this is important to know, to understand how relevant is this for not only Nosara, but also other communities in Costa Rica, and especially in Guanacaste, because in Nosara, only 35% of the people went to vote in the last elections, and 65% didn't go to vote in the last municipal elections 4 years ago. So that demonstrates that people in Nosara are tired or disconnected for the political matter. I can understand that. And for these elections, our biggest fear was that people don't go to vote because they feel that anyone represents their opinion and concerns. And it could be the case for these elections, but the final goal is to have much better candidates, much better political parties, and much better information to make in the upcoming elections in the next elections in 2028. But that is the goal for the future.
I see. So there's good momentum, is what you're saying. Nosara has a stronger presence and people standing up, and even its own candidates. And then it sounds like that syndicate position, though, that's like the curveball. That's a really important role, because historically in Nosara, our weakness is communication and cooperation. That caught my attention when you said the syndicate as the representative. That's very interesting.
That's the thing. We need to know before creating new projects in town or new organizations and our new strategies. We have to recognize and know very well what are the current mechanisms that already exist according to the law, according to the Constitution of Costa Rica, and respect that, because we have to take that into account before creating any new project. Because we have to work with the people that is representing the Nosara district. And of course, and before that, we should be able to know who is going to run for that position and work with that person, because that person, again, we have to remember that we are in a rural area in Guanacaste, in Costa Rica. So the education challenges are really high, and especially here, if you have a place with a really low education level, what you can do is you have to promote, you have to work, you have to provide advisory and mentoring for the people that is running for these positions, because they really need some guidance without imposing any agenda. You have to let them grow and provide them the tools and the resources that they need. But it's something that you have to put the seed now to see some results in 4 years, and to see the long-term results, amazing results in 8 and 12 years, and so on. So it's something that we are doing right now.
Wow. Well, hey, thank you for the update, all the information, all the time, effort from everyone. It was nice to see people from all around the world supporting the system of Nosara becoming its own setup, and then people from here becoming the leaders, and Nosara just doing what you've been saying is needed all the time. It's good that we got by supporting ourselves privately for so long, but that's not helpful for the true locals from here, because, for example, if Guiones got completely covered in every way, but Nosara was left alone, what good did that do? It's just interesting to see someone like you come into town and then say, hey guys, you have to flip it around. You can't start new NGOs all the time that takes away from the core people. You have to go back to the core, restart this entire thing. And it's just very interesting to watch all of this happen. And it's courageous. And I have a lot of respect for you. And I know not everyone likes what you're saying, because what you're saying requires courage, patience, time, and cooperation. And that last part is the hard part in my experience around here, is cooperation, especially amongst different organizations, working with other organizations, because there's just too much competition for the same amount of money. So I wish you luck.
Yeah, I need that. I, as an individual, but also with AGC, the Alliance for Community Development, which is the platform where we are working on these fronts. I think we need more community support, and also, of course, funding and resources, because this is not an easy job. And as you said, it is not a sexy job, because we are creating change in the system. That's something that you see the impact in a direct, but also in the red way. And it's not so tangible as when you donate to save one puppy or to adopt 3 cats. And we are doing something quite different that will provide elements for the future, and also for the coming months and years. But the thing is, we need to build the elements that make Nosara able to build their own and gather the resources that Nosara needs for everything, for the law enforcement, for the environmental challenges, for the social challenges, for the housing, for everything. Because otherwise, people will always rely on your pockets as a philanthropist or as a donor, and that is not sustainable at all. Because even if you are I don't know, like the big Bill Gates Foundation, even if that is the case, eventually you will live or you will die. And in both cases, then what happens with the community? What happens with the babies and the kids and the children and the teenagers who wants to build their own way, their own path here in the community? The thing is, we need to think always in the future, but what has to be done right away, right now, instead of thinking in band-aids that are really sexy and super easy to get funding, Let's house that. Let's work in something that really solves the current situation in Nosara and prevent worse scenarios in the future. My heart feels sad that anyone did this kind of stuff, 20 years ago or 40 years ago or 50 years ago, because now we will have a much better community. But someone has to start this work, and I think that I am the man.
Hey, I respect where you're coming from, and I wish you the best. It's challenging. And also, I respect everyone anywhere around here who's doing something to make the place better. I guess that's a big request is if you come to Nosara, just get involved in some manner, find something. And if you really, truly care, if I understand your message, if you really, truly care about the locals and the true setup of everyone here, you're saying we need to do now those things we should have done 50 years ago. We're paying for that now, but we can fix it now, but we're not going to feel the benefits until tomorrow, but we have to get going now. Is that it?
Correct. Yeah. And also a final message about the debate. This is not over. We have to share with the community some scorecards like the one that you implement in the US to compare the proposals and the compromises between each group. But the same will go, that is something, that is an exercise that we can replicate with the NGOs, with any social effort, is just to make the things accountable, compare the impact and make the people feel like this pressure that the community is watching and the community is supervising your work as an NGO or as a public worker or as a leader of any entity. You have to report and you have to accomplish and the objective that you presented. This culture is something that we want to grow, and that is part of this process. Thank you for being part of this.
Thank you so much, and to everyone. Yeah, good luck. It's not a fun journey, but it's your intentions and everywhere you're coming from, and sensibility, and then commitment to getting there, and the people along with you. I have respect, and I hope people appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you. I appreciate it.